Hi everybody, I'm going to walk you through how to do some graphing in Excel that will help you with your homework assignment this week. The problem that I'm doing is related to Chapter 4, Problems and Applications number 10 that can be found on page 87. Now these are not the exact numbers from the problem, they're a little bit different, but we'll walk through the steps on how to do it. So in this problem, you're asked to graph a supply and demand schedule. So I've got the data entered here. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight all of the columns of the data. You'll notice that we have price in the first column, and then we have QD for pies, QD of pies rather, that's the quantity demanded of pies, and then QS is the quantity supplied of pies. So after highlighting the data, I'm going to come up to the Insert tab. I've actually already clicked on it, and I'm going to come over to the graphs. And what we're going to want to use is called a scatter graph or a scatter plot. So if we click the little drop down arrow, we're going to take one of the graphs that has the lines connecting the dots. Okay, it doesn't really matter which one you pick. I think I'm going to go with the smooth one, just makes it a little bit smoother. I personally like to see the ones that have the data points dotted out, but it's really an aesthetic thing, so it's up to you. Whichever graph you like best or speaks to you, feel free to pick. So I'm going to pick this graph. I think it's a little off the screen, so I'm going to move it over so that you can see it. So now what you see here is a supply and demand graph. Now there's one problem with this, however, and that is the axes are reversed. If you look at your textbooks, some examples in the textbook, you'll see that the price is actually supposed to be on the vertical axis, and the quantity is supposed to be on the horizontal axis. So now I'm going to walk you through how to change those. Okay, unfortunately, Excel doesn't make it too easy, but it's not too bad. What we're going to do is we're going to right-click on the graph. Okay, just somewhere up in that wide area should do fine. We're going to come down to Select Data. Okay, and then we're going to come over here to our Legend entries, and we're going to edit each one of these. So I'm going to click on the first one. I'm going to edit. Now what we have here then are the various fields for the data. Okay, and we're going to come down. Basically what we need to do is we need to just flip-flop these X and Y values. So I'm going to click on this little button right here. Notice that it's currently pulling data from the A column. So what we want it to do is we want it to pull from the B column. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to highlight the numbers, not the heading, just the numbers in the B column. And then I'm going to click back up here on this box, and I'm going to do the same under the Y series, except that now we'll be highlighting now we'll be highlighting the A column. Okay, and then we're going to click over on OK. And then we're going to do the same thing for QS. Notice again, we're going to take the A's, and now we're going to make that the C column because we're doing quantity supplied. And now we're going to come to the Y values, and we're going to highlight the prices. I'm going to click out of that, and then we will click OK. Some of this might not be all fitting on the screen. And then we will click OK again, and we have our table. We have our chart. Okay, and you can format this chart in other ways as well. You can come up here and you can change your chart title. We could call this Problems and Applications number 10. Okay, you could put various headings or titles on the axes. I care mostly that you just get the main idea down. One thing that I would like to note, and this comes through a bit more clearly on this graph than it will when you do the one for your homework, make sure that when you identify this point, make sure that you either get the numbers from the table or, as you can see, you can hover your mouse on that point and it will give you the actual data points. You see here 162,12. Okay, because it's for the regular homework assignment, it's going to be very close to one of the lines, but it's not actually going to be on the line. So you want to make sure that you get the right quantity number in your answer. Okay, I hope that helps you work through this problem a little bit. As always, if you have any questions, do feel free to email me, and I look forward to continuing on this course with you guys. Good luck.